Actually, it's afternoon. This is Julie Jordan Scott, and I am delighted. Hi, I am delighted to be sharing poetry with you today. We're doing poetry and writing prompts on the porch, my front porch here in Bakersfield, California, and I'll be sharing with you a poem by Archibald MacLeish. It's called Ars Poetica. Hi, Lori. It is so awesome. So I'm going to give you your prompt right away so you can kind of start percolating on it. But this is a poem about what a poem should be. So what I would like you to use as your prompt is a poem should be, or whatever noun you want to use, should be. Hi, Sheila. My friend Sheila Finkelstein is here. She's going to be doing really cool stuff. She's going to have a sunset scope from I can't remember the name, Sheila the place, and she's going to be doing a New Year's sunrise scope, and she's in Florida, so East Coast time. If you don't follow Inspirational Sheila, maybe she'll comment and you can click on her and follow her because she's an amazing lady. I've known her for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Your prompt again is a poem should be, or a whatever noun, any noun, just pluck a noun out of your mind and your heart, and that will be your prompt. And so, oh, look who's here. It's Collier, my kindred. Oh, I love you, dear heart. Were your ears ringing? Is that what happens when people are talking about you? Because I told Emma today. Oh, Green Cave wetlands for sunsets. Thank you, Sheila. And how about for sunrises? That's inspired Sheila. As I mentioned, you'll want to follow her for some amazing sunset, sunrise scopes and the like. Well, Emma, my daughter, and I were talking about your Collier. I was telling her how we are the same person. And I said she's just cuter and younger and from the Midwest. I didn't mention that you're also a different ethnicity, but she noticed that. I said, no, we're one. Doesn't matter. We are one. Definitely kindreds. So anyway, today's poem, is Ars Poetica. Remember, your prompt is a poem should be, or a brick wall should be, or a I'm sorry, I don't speak Russian. I will say Priet. I think that's Russian. Priet, welcome for, oh, okay. There's Sheila Sunrise. A sunrise should be, a hello should be, literally any noun could be in that section. A little bit about Archibald MacLeish, just so you know. This poem became something of an anthem for the mid-century poets like William Carlos Williams, Elizabeth Bishop, Robert Lowell, Marianne Moore. So it was a very famous poem that other poets of different types of thinking don't agree with, which is cool. I love sharing poems that can be a little bit of controversial. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. Hi, Adrienne. Good to see you. Oh, I'm glad that you're unfrozen. Let's see, do I have the right? Oh, you know what? I have the wrong Wi-Fi going. Shoot. We're just going to go with this and hopefully won't. Oh, the last thing you heard was me speaking with Emma. Well, I just basically said how we are one, and I'm on my home Wi-Fi, which is less predictable than my other Wi-Fi. So, I think I'm going to run with this and pray that we get through it. So let's just pray we get through it. And if it gets too wonky, I'll redo it, okay? Okay. Let me just ask first. Yes, total kindred, that's what I was saying. I was saying that we're one person, even though we're different in age, different in where we live, different in ethnicity. We're kindreds. We're one. Okay, looks fine. Okay, thank you, Sheila, for letting me know. So we'll just go ahead and go with the poem and go with the prompt. You ready? Okay. This, I don't know what the original connection was, but it was a Seagull Reader, the Seagull Reader originally. Good, you're ready. Awesome. So this was published in 1926, which means it was right after the change in the copyright laws. So, but I'm sure you can find it if you look for it, search for it online, called Ars Poetica. So here we go. Okay, got that. A poem should be palpable and mute as a globed fruit, dumb as old medallions to the thumb, silent as the sleeve-worn stone of casement ledges where the moss has grown. A poem should be wordless as the flight of birds. A poem should be motionless in time as the moon climbs, leaving as the moon releases twig by twig the night entangled trees, leaving as the moon behind the winter leaves, memory by memory the mind. A poem should be motionless in time as the moon climbs. A poem should be equal to, not true, for all the history of grief, an empty doorway and a maple leaf. For love, the leaning grasses and two lights above the sea. A poem should not mean but be. That is Ars Poetica by Archibald MacLeish. When I first read this, today's the first time I read it, I thought about a Dead Poets Society. Thank you, Collier. Thank you. I'll read it one more time. But if you haven't seen Dead Poets Society, I suggest you do see it. Rod Williams is astounding in it, bless his heart, and I feel like the character that he played, the teacher he played, lives this poem. That a poem doesn't need to have meaning. A poem just has to be. And what I love anyway is that when I love that movie. What I love is when you take a poem and you make it your own. So people ask me, what does that poem mean? I'm like, well, what does it mean to you? It doesn't matter what it means to me. I might have written it with an intention that you don't catch. And that's part of the beauty of it. It's like with a painting. I have stood by my paintings and had random strangers tell me what the painting means. And I'll be, oh, okay, yeah, it's great. Not confessing that I'm the artist and the abstraction that I created was different than the abstraction or whatever meaning they're seeing. Yes, poetry is art and open, as are abstract paintings. And even realist paintings and photography. Sheila's a great photographer, for example. You know, what her photo of a sunrise over the ocean may be something exactly, maybe totally different than what she's seeing, than what I'm seeing, or that Adrian is seeing, or that Collier is seeing. It's all different. As Dana is seeing. Hi, Dana. Perfect timing, because we're about to read the poem again. So, good. Okay, Dana's another awesome Perry girl. She is an art journaler, and she collects ephemera like I do, and she's a lifelong nanny, a professional. I can't think exactly how you describe yourself, Dana, but anyway, so we have a nice crew today. I'm going to read the poem one more time. It's Ars Poetica by Archibald MacLeish. And your prompt is, a poem should be. And what you can do as an artist and a poet and just a liver of life and a person who wants to discover more about themselves, you can replace poem with any noun. So a bird feeder should be, a ladder should be, a flashlight should be, a smile should be. Hi, nice of you to say, and I hope you're here to listen to poetry, because that's what we're doing today. That's to Oscar. Okay, so here we go. Ars Poetica. A poem should be by Archibald MacLeish. A poem should be palpable and mute as a globed fruit. Excuse me. Take two. Ars Poetica by Archibald MacLeish. A poem should be palpable and mute as a globed fruit. Dumb as old medallions to the thumb, silent as the sleeve-worn stone of casement ledges where the moss has grown. A poem should be wordless as the flight of birds. A poem should be motionless in time as the moon climbs. Leaving as the moon releases, twig by twig, the night entangled trees. Leaving as the moon behind the winter leaves, memory by memory the mind. A poem should be motionless in time as the moon climbs. A poem should be equal to, not true, for all the history of grief, an empty doorway, and a maple leaf. For love, the leaning grasses and two lights above the sea. A poem should not mean, but be. Your prompt for today is, a poem should be, or a book should be, or my hair should be. Thank you. Yeah, finger snaps. Yay, Archibald MacLeish. Never heard of the man until today, and that's what the joy is of sharing a poem every day. A poem should be, or replace poem with any noun. Even replace the with my or your or whatever, and play with that prompt. Allow it to grow in you and allow the words to flow. So grateful to be here. I will be back tomorrow. Okay, you want a beautifully written book from 2015, Dana? Sure. I know several of those that I can pop in for you. Not off the top of my head, though. As far as anthologies go, poetry anthologies, I can always recommend Mary Oliver's book. She had a book come out in 2015 that I have not yet read, but I know it's amazing because she is amazing. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get lost in that thought, so I'll just hold it and give that up to you later, Dana. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna read an awesome poem by Sharon Olds. And what else? You know me well. We're gonna close out the year. On the first day of 2016, I may, if I can get wireless, if I can get my Wi-Fi up there, I may scope from Sequoia National Forest. You know, this is poetry and writing prompts in the park most of the time. Sometimes it's on my porch. But can you imagine poetry and writing prompts from Sequoia National Park? That would make me so happy. So, anyway, I'm delighted that you're here. Thank you for joining me. My name is Julie Jordan Scott. If you've never come to one of my shows before, you know, think about following me. I scope about writing, about poetry, about creativity. Sometimes I bring in my art journal stuff. Sometimes I perform my own work. Yeah, I'm sure they will be. Sequoia is fabulous no matter what the weather. It may be snowy up there. I'm taking a visitor from Boston to see the General Sherman tree, which is the largest living thing on the planet. About 2 hours from my house. Oh, yeah, Sedona's amazing. Collier, very close to where my parents live in Flagstaff. I wonder if you were in Sedona when I was in Flagstaff. Wouldn't surprise me. Anyway. Thank you so much. Just fell over. You're so awesome. Okay, so I need to go. It's almost time for my next appointment. Yes, a tree forest close to your house. I wish you did too, Rodrigo. I'm spoiled to live so close to Sequoia, Yosemite, Kern Canyon, or not Kern Canyon. I do live close to Kern Canyon, which is not a national park, but it's an amazing place. You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm so grateful you're all here. So follow me, tell your friends, spread the word. Lots of great stuff coming on the horizon. Lots of great stuff right now with each and all of you. Yellowstone. Yes, the juniper smell. Oh my gosh. Yellowstone's amazing. I've never been to Yellowstone. It's on my list. I'm about 8 hours from, see, I'm going to go on. I have 8 hours from Zion. I bet you did. From Zion in Utah, and Bryce, and Utah's filled with amazing national parks. And you know, it's only $80 for a pass for the entire year to the U.S. national parks. Why aren't more people carrying that pass? So I think I'm going to buy one on the first of the year and just carry it and go back and go to the others. So anyway, okay. I've never been to the Amazon jungle. Never been to Yellowstone. Putting it on my list. I bet there's so much life in there, Rodrigo. You're right on. Just like poetry, there's so much life in poetry. Anyway, I'm going to, like I've said like 12 times now, I'm going to end bucket list. Yes, Dana. Thank you all for being here. And as always, I look so forward to the next time when we are together.